Hello everyone and welcome back to Chesopedia. So guys, in today's video, we are going to play online chess games on Chester. Playing online games is a great way to relax and practice at chess. I'll be playing 3 minutes plus 2 seconds Blitz games and will be sharing the key moments that I thought had a great impact on the game. All of our suggestions regarding the games are highly welcomed. So guys, without any further delay, let's start playing. So let us start our first match. So we will be playing 3 minutes plus 2 seconds. So let us see. Okay, the game is still coming and let's see what happens. Okay guys, so our first game has arrived. So we are white and I will start with d4, the London defense, with bishop f4 next. And let's see what our opponent replies. He plays knight to f6, and now let us play bishop to f4, London defense. Now their black has e6, okay, now e3, the normal setup. Now c3, so that we just bring the pawns pretty nicely, and now knight d2. So he will play knight c6, and now we'll play bishop d3. Maybe he plays now bishop d6, bishop e7. So he plays a bit passive, so bishop d6 might have been a bit better. But nevertheless, let's go knight f3, bishop d7. I will just simply castle. So as you can see, all of the pieces are now developed. So he's still developing on the queen side first. Maybe I want to take, but I don't mind it. So I will go queen e2. As you can see, my rooks are connected as well. So now maybe I can form a plan. So cd4, ed4 of course, because we see that he has developed his rook on c5. So if I take with c pawn, then it would be beneficial for him. So I took with the e pawn. Okay, he plays castle, and I will jump my knight from f3 to e5. A very nice move. Now I'm not really interested in taking the bishop because as you can already see, the bishop is just blocked by his own pawns, and that's why I'm not gonna take it. But okay, he just defends it because I could have taken it because I would get double bishop. But okay, so now I can develop my rook. So now as you can see, every of my pieces developed. Okay, pushes a6, maybe want to go b5. So I will go ahead queen f3, just slowly and steadily developing our pieces forward. Let us see. He pushes b5. So I see his intentions. His intentions is to push b4 next and try to break us in the queen side. So the simple plan that we can do is a3, and after a5, bishop to b5 is already coming. So I will play here a3. Okay, so I will play here a3, and now a5 is not possible because this bishop to b5. So he plays knight a5. So now b4 is not possible. So now let us think. Maybe we can go queen h3 because this pawn seems to be a bit weak because this knight can be removed. I will go queen h3. So I want to put some pressure over here, and maybe now knight g4 can come. So let us see. Okay, so our pieces are nicely developed, so there shouldn't be any problem for us. So he plays knight c4. So maybe I'm thinking of taking it because otherwise he's maybe something threatening to take on b2. Or maybe we can play knight g4 with knight f6 and queen h7 checkmate. So I'll go with knight g4, some tactical ideas. So let us see. So now I'm threatening knight f6 followed by queen h7 checkmate. So he can defend it probably by pushing some pawns like g6, h6, but as you can see that weakens his king already. So probably we can give some sacrifice over there. That would be good for us. So let us see. So our opponent is still thinking. So he has played the move now g6. So we have 1 minute left. So we need to be a bit faster. So I'm thinking of several moves like knight h6 check, bishop h6, queen h6. Now if bishop h6, we can see that this rook, I will snap it to the next move. But I'm thinking if something better could be done. Bishop c4 is also moved. So let's think a bit. Okay, I think we should play faster because time is very less for us. So I will go with bishop h6, so I don't need to make any problems. I can just take the rook next and I will be an exchanger. That should be good. Another plan is that knight f6, bishop f6, bishop f8, king f8, and queen h7 should be good. Oh, he played knight d2, so we missed it. So never mind, we can just take it back. Now, as you can see, his pieces are are passive and our pieces are active. So we have a nice space as well. So probably we would take it and yes, we will recapture it back. So we have 23 seconds left and he has 1.30 seconds left. So okay, we need to be a bit faster, but our position is solid, so we shouldn't be much afraid of it. But okay, if we play fine, then we could win it in the end game. Now this, as you can see, the squares are weak. So that's good for us. Bishop f6. Idea is good. So I will play g3 with idea to push h4. And this plan is very often comes in most any of the openings. So if you don't get any plan, you can push idea of g3 h4. That also threatens and the opponent is also afraid of the ideas like h5. So we are not necessary to push h5. And as you can see, he's trying to exchange the pieces as fast as possible because his bishop is so bad. Oh my goodness. So guys, okay, you can find the move. You can find the move. Okay. You can pause the video, but I don't have much time, so I will play bishop g5. And wow, the queen is trapped. GG's, GG's. Okay, so this was, I think, very bad for my opponent. It's very sad when you see a queen being trapped. And if your queen is being trapped, it's very sad. But okay, what can we do? So he just blundered the queen and now he's simply losing. So probably can try something. Okay, just hit h5. Now I think this should be easy for us to win. We just need to be calm and don't panic. Like we have less time, so we shouldn't panic or be overconfident that we will win for sure because anything can happen. So my plan is to develop the rooks here, and his plan is the opposite. Develop up the rooks and push g4. Now g4 instantly. So if you take, I take the queen. Probably you will take it because that's the best move, I guess. And now we are just making some random moves because as you can see, our time is not so much. So we shouldn't lose on time. He would push b4, so I just removed it. Okay, so that's not necessary though. So now queen c2. We're just defending it properly and yes, 12 bishops, so maybe something good for him, but this is just over. So rook c, maybe he can try with bishop d4 plan, but he doesn't even try that. So we just intend to exchange pieces as most as we can. We just need to be a bit careful of our time, though I don't think there should be any problem with the time. So let us see. Okay, we can give b7. Okay, I missed bishop d4, but then cd4 and okay, that's simple. Just make the position simple, no need to hurry or sort of things like that. So rook a7 intending bishop a4 next, and if the bishop moves, then rook f7 is already coming. Bishop a4, so he needs to exchange the bishops. And okay, GG's guys, so we won the game, and that was a really interesting game. So now let us see what was the key moment in the game and what actually I would have been good to play or maybe what mistake he did. So let us analyze the game. So now let us analyze the game. So I started the game with d4, 1 d4. He responded 1 knight f6, bishop f4, e6. So this is the London defense. e3, d5, c3, c5. Till here the game is fine. Knight d2, knight c6, bishop d3, and here he played the move bishop to e7. Instead of bishop to e7, there is also another line bishop to d6, which is kind of more popular. but bishop to e7 was played in the game. I played the move knight to f3, as you can see, developing my pieces, and now all of my minor pieces are developed. Now it's time for me to castle. He played the move bishop d7, still developing his bishop, and at this point I don't think this move is better, because here the normal plan is to play b6 and followed by bishop b7 and rook c8, because you have played c5, b6, bishop b7. This is the normal plan, but I played the move bishop d7, and the reason why it is not so good and not so popular is that you can see the king, queen, bishops are both crumbled, and this is not really good for black. So black has really not much space, and as you can see, white's bishop is just rolling. So now I just castle simply. My opponent played rook to c8, developing his rook, and now I just played queen e2, and now my rooks are also connected. So he played the move c takes d4, and here I took with the e takes d4. Now instead, if I would have taken with the c takes d4, it wouldn't have been so much good for me, because knight b4, attacking my bishop and threatening to take my bishop here. Now bishop b1, and after knight c2, bishop c2 is forced, rook c2, and here as you can see, black is better because he's going to castle next move. He has double bishop advantage. His rook, he has the c file with his rook, and the queen can also pile up. He has rook takes b2 the next move, and also knight d4, maybe the next move, or maybe in the future. And also bishop b5, a6, bishop b5 can also be a plan for him. So that's why black is a bit better here. That's why I took with the e takes d4, e takes d4, and now he played the move castle, putting his king into safety. And now I pushed my knight to e5, developing my knight further. And now my pieces are better because his pieces are not really much developed. They're still on the 3rd rank, whereas my knight has now reached to the 5th rank. Now bishop e8, and just pretending to not to lose his bishop pair. We played the move bishop to e8, and now I played the move rook a to e1, and now developing my last rook, which was inactive. And this rook is also active. It can come here, but I really didn't want it to play this rook here, because sometimes f4, rook f3, and rook h3 is a very nice plan. So here he played the move a6, and he wanted to go b5, and b5 he wanted to push b4 and disrupt my b2 c3 b4 pawn chain. I played the move queen to f3, threatening queen h3 in the future, and just getting and just letting the rook breathe and support the e5 knight. So now b5 he played, and now I simply played a3, because maybe b4 would have come in the next move, but okay, it's not coming because bishop h6 is coming. But I just played a3 for some safety, so I just played a3. He played knight to a5, threatening to come knight to c4. I played queen h3 with a very nice threat of now as you can see, this pawn is attacked by my bishop and my queen, and the only defender is the knight. So I wanted to go either bishop d5 or the knight to c4 to attack this knight on f6. So he played to move knight c4, not really seeing the plan of mine. So I played the move here knight to g4, and now knight to f6 is coming. So he played the move g3, g6. Now if he would have taken knight takes g4, then queen h7 would have come as a checkmate. So he played the move g6, and now I played the move bishop to h6. And now as you can see, this rook cannot move from here, because now this rook is the bishop on e8 is stopping this rook to go to e8, and now I will just simply win and exchange in the next move. But I didn't saw here that knight takes d2. I didn't saw that knight takes d2 was coming. Maybe I would have first taken the knight on c4 with my bishop and then pushed my bishop to h6. But I did a mistake by playing bishop to h6 first. He took the benefit and he pushed the game to equality by knight to d2, and after bishop d2 that's forced, because now bishop f8 is wrong, because knight to f1 and the position is very much complex and my time was also not that much. I just took the bishop, and now he played knight g4, queen g4 is forced, bishop to f6, stopping the plan of bishop h6 with bishop g7, c3, bishop g7 and h4. Now this is a very nice plan when you don't get any plan for any black or white, then you can push g3 h4, some sort of plan like this. Just maybe threaten black or some threats like h5 if possible, or just maybe bring a square for the king, and maybe sometimes rook h1 can also come. So bishop d7 he played, maybe some threats with e5 and e4, and maybe he's trying to blockade my bishop on d3. So I knew his plan and just retreated my queen to f3, and he played the move queen to f6 in the search of some exchange. Now why does he want exchange? He wants exchange because, as you can see, the bishop on d7 is totally bad for him, because all of his pawns are here itself and the bishop is kind of dead. So he wanted to exchange the queens first, and then it would be easy for him to activate his bishop. But I also knew his plan and played queen to g2. And here, maybe he didn't follow my plan, or maybe there was a mouse click. Maybe he wanted to play h6, but he played the move h5. And here comes the very interesting move. So you can pause the video and try to find the next move for me, which I was able to find, and I won the game. So the move was bishop to g5, very interesting move, and now it just traps going after bishop g5. And here the move is also good, but bishop g5 is just simply winning because it traps the queen. Maybe he didn't saw this threat. So the queen, as you can see, can't go here, 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 and here, here, here. So queen is almost trapped. It's totally trapped, and he took the bishop. H takes g5. Now the material +6 for us, as you can see. So now just simply winning, but we shouldn't be overconfident. This is the main rule, that you shouldn't be overconfident if you are plus, because maybe you blunder in the next few moves. So you should be calm. So rook e8, f4. So now I just kept on improving my position and won the game later on. My plan was here to something attack, but I just went c4, h takes, queen takes, king f8. So this was just easy for me now. I just played some game moves. He played rook b8, now maybe rook c8, bishop d4 was a good plan. But later on I figured out that c d4 is just winning, because after rook c2, bishop c2, I'm just simply a rook plus, and that would be fine as well for me. So rook b1, king e7, I took the rook on b6, he took it back, and here I pulled the rook to b1 again in search of exchange. He played rook c6 and now rook b7, and now he played bishop d4. Maybe he thought that I wouldn't capture, but simple is to capture, and now you can see I'm a 4 rook plus. Maybe he has one pawn in the 1-2 pawn exchange, but doesn't matter, we are rook plus, so that's easy for us to win. King to d6, and now rook a7, bishop e8, and now the final move of the game, bishop a4. He took the bishop on a4, I took it with the rook, and he just resigned because now this is simply winning. Rook a6, rook a7, both are coming. So this was a very interesting game, and the main thing we learned was that we shouldn't be overconfident if we are winning the game, and other things as well. So friends, this was the Blitz game for today. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new to implement it in your own game. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be much appreciated, and if you are new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe in below and turn on the notifications bell to never miss on any of my upcoming updates. Share the game to your friends and family and comment down below for any queries or suggestions. I will meet soon you on my next video. Till then, cheers!